If you love cheese, and I mean love it, there's a world of cheese you need to explore at Second Mouse Cheese in Pleasantville. I'm Bill D'Ambrosio of Rand Realty, and I'm bringing you the best things about living in Westchester. So Ivy, why a cheese shop?
Cheese fascinates me. It is a thousands upon thousands year old tradition, if you will. It's a way of salvaging whatever milk people couldn't take advantage of while it was fresh. There is not a culture in the world that doesn't use it somehow, some way. And the difference between a specialty shop cheese and a supermarket cheese is enormous. There are 4 ingredients in any cheese. It's milk, rennet, cultures, and salt. 4 ingredients with millions of iterations. I find that a conversation piece everywhere.
So what do we have here?
Here we have 3 different types of Gouda. Here is an organic goat Gouda, which comes from the Netherlands. This is floral and soft and crystalline and has just an adventure in the making. Next up is a young Gouda that actually comes from Wisconsin, but made by a Dutch woman. She's an award-winning cheesemaker, and she has such charisma. She's a joy. And the last is a 3-year aged Gouda, which comes from the Netherlands. This is butterscotchy, it's crystalline, it is hard. This replaces ice cream any day of the week for dessert. Cabrales, not that it's so very difficult to find, but there's not many people who actually appreciate this cheese, which means that not many stores will sell it. So Cabrales is a mixed milk Spanish blue cheese. It can be cow and goat, cow and sheep. It is harsh no matter which way it's made. It's the type of cheese that bites back as many blue cheeses do, but this one then kicks you while you're down. I can't fathom eating it without some sort of very sweet wine.
Ivy,
Yes.
What is your background in food?
Oh, goodness. Well, in the very, very early 2000s, I left the advertising industry and went to French Culinary Institute, where I studied pastry arts. It was a 6-month intensive. And midway through there, I was able to get an internship with one of the Jean-Georges von Bergden restaurants, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the pace, I fell in love with the pirate type of attitude behind the scenes. I fell in love with preparing food for people, and the greatest reward with it is when someone tastes something and says, wow, that was good. There's no greater feeling, to me at least. The first chef I worked for was Terrence Brennan, and Terrence Brennan is recognized as the chef that more or less introduced the cheese course to the American menu. We were working in a cheese aging facility at the time, and I learned cheese. I had to. I was also editing his cookbook, and I had to know what cheeses I was actually talking about. Went to Murray's from there as a catering manager. I was there for quite a long time until I was 8.5 months pregnant with my second child. And several years later, I realized I want to go back.
Why Pleasantville?
Pleasantville has one of the few pedestrian traffic areas. It's a downtown that people actually explore by foot. And I thought that the more walker-bys, the more customers. It seems to have been working very well. People are receiving the shop with such enthusiasm. And they're stopping home on their way to work, or way from work, I should say, or just before a movie to grab a glass of wine and a cheese plate. It's been working out really nicely. One of the unique things about Second Mouse Cheese is we also have our tavern license. So we're able to sell wine, beer, and cider by the glass. You can sit down here, have a glass of wine and a cheese plate as you just gab with friends, if you just need a quiet afternoon to yourself.
Why the name Second Mouse?
I get asked that question easily 5 times a day. There's a phrase in business: the first mouse gets the trap, the second mouse gets the cheese. So it's really a silly play on words. My husband came up with the term, I found the imagery the same exact day, and it just clicked. It worked.
What makes Second Mouse Cheese Shop special?
I think it's the joy that we bring to the experience. We are genuinely excited about good food. We're genuinely excited about sharing that passion and teaching people some of the finer points, or just telling a story, a good story about cheese. Who's behind the scenes, that human that's actually making this, and why they're doing it, and what makes their product unique. I think that's contagious, and I think people like to experience that.
If you want to see more videos about living in Westchester, please click the subscribe button below and a little bell next to it. And please like and share this video. I'm Bill D'Ambrosio of Rand Realty, and this is Living in Westchester.